The hidden crisis of Ethiopia's ethnic federalism. Welcome to Independent Voice. Today, we confront one of Ethiopia's most urgent and complex challenges, the rise and repercussions of ethnic federalism. What began as a hopeful experiment to empower Ethiopia's diverse communities, perhaps not without hidden agendas, has over time become a source of peril. Instead of fostering unity, it has deepened divisions and now threatens the nation's very fabric. In case you are unfamiliar with the history of magnificent Ethiopia, it is a land of ancient heritage, vibrant cultures, and remarkable resilience. Home to over 80 ethnic groups, Ethiopia's diversity is one of its greatest treasures, reflected in its languages, traditions, and spiritual richness. In recent years, Ethiopia has made notable strides in infrastructure development, including expanding road networks, energy projects like the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, and urban renewal initiatives across major cities. The country has also seen educational access and digital connectivity advancements, helping bridge the gap between rural and urban communities. Despite facing complex political and economic challenges, Ethiopia continues to push forward with a vision for growth, self-reliance, and regional influence. For the nation to move forward, its governance frameworks, institutional systems, and structural foundations must be boldly recalibrated. Ethiopia, like many nations, has endured its share of turmoil. Yet, a clear and recurring theme in its instability is the governance model rooted in ethnic federalism, a system introduced in the 1990s to promote self-determination and cultural autonomy. While this approach aimed to empower local identities, it has over time amplified division and conflict. This is not to dismiss the efforts toward reform, but to underscore the urgency and depth of attention still required. Despite the challenges, Ethiopia stands at a pivotal juncture. It continues to draw from the strength of its people, the richness of its shared history, and the enduring hope for unity and progress. Progress under pressure. The Ethiopian government has made commendable progress in economic development and infrastructure expansion. Striking the right balance is critical. Compounding Ethiopia's crisis is the pervasive influence of corruption and ethnic bias, manifested in the form of cronyism within government institutions. This culture of favoritism, where loyalty often outweighs competence, continues to erode the foundations of good governance. According to Transparency International, such practices weaken public institutions and fuel resentment. Swift action is needed to implement strong conflict of interest regulations and halt the impunity culture that resembles the dangerous mantra, "It's our turn to eat." This mindset must end. Merit must replace manipulation. Accountability must replace allegiance. Only then can Ethiopia's public institutions begin to serve the people, all the people, regardless of ethnicity, affiliation, or status. Let's give credence to the power of language, the silent architect of Ethiopia's ethnic federalism. Language and identity, the quiet force shaping Ethiopia's federalism. Tongues that divide, language as a political force in Ethiopia. Whispers of division, language at the heart of federalism. Language as framework, the foundation of ethnic federalism. From words to borders, the political weight of language in Ethiopia. Language is more than a means of communication. In Ethiopia, language plays a pivotal role in shaping ethnic identities and profoundly influences the mechanics of ethnic federalism. While Amharic has long served as the national language, the post-1995 federal arrangement constitutionally recognized dozens of regional languages as official within their respective states, an act that sought to empower ethnic self-determination, but also sowed the seeds for fragmentation. Under this federal model, regions are demarcated along ethnic lines, with language serving as a cultural marker and a political boundary, embedding linguistic identity into the administrative fabric of the state. This recognition has strengthened cultural pride and local governance, but has also brought unintended consequences. Territorial disputes have emerged where linguistic and ethnic boundaries blur, particularly where migration and mixed population zones challenge the ethnic purity upon which regional autonomy is predicated. In such cases, demands for language rights often intertwine with demands for land, governance, and historical redress, leading to annexation attempts, resistance, and in many cases, violence. Moreover, the elevation of regional languages can marginalize minority groups residing within ethnically defined states. What was intended as empowerment has evolved into exclusion. Most critically, this emphasis on linguistic identity complicates efforts to forge a shared national identity. Ethiopia's linguistic diversity should be celebrated, but it must not come at the cost of national cohesion. While progressive in theory, the Constitution's support for multilingual governance has also institutionalized division in practice. Without a unifying civic identity to complement cultural autonomy, language risks becoming a wall rather than a bridge. In reimagining Ethiopia's future, we must ask, can linguistic pluralism coexist with national unity? And how can language policy be reformed to promote inclusion without eroding identity? Language in Ethiopia is not just a cultural asset, but a political force. It shapes ethnic identities, influences territorial claims, and often lies at the heart of unity and discord. The entrenchment of language within the federal framework has contributed to the complexities of regional annexation, social exclusion, and conflict. As Ethiopia charts a path forward, the challenge will be to affirm and protect linguistic diversity while fostering a cohesive national identity. The nation's future stability and peace will hinge on its ability to transform language from a dividing line into a bridge of mutual recognition and shared belonging. It's time to face the fire, not dance around it. From reform to reinvention. Overhauling the system, a new blueprint for governance. What is needed is beyond reform. It's building a system that works for all. So, what does radical change truly look like? Dismantle or overhaul ethnic federalism. Transition from an ethnicity-based federal structure to a citizenship-centered governance model. Such a shift would emphasize national identity, ensuring that all citizens, regardless of ethnicity, enjoy equal rights, protections, freedom, and opportunities under the law. Strengthen legal frameworks against corruption and ethnic bias. True reform demands more than promises. It demands power, precision, and consequence. Anti-corruption laws must not only exist on paper, they must have teeth sharp enough to bite and a fierce presence to make corruption retreat before it dares to act. They must be enforceable, uncompromising, and independent. Protect and empower whistleblowers, individuals willing to step up and hold integrity above greed. Above all, ensure that public appointments are rooted in merit, not ethnicity, favoritism, or party allegiance. The future of Ethiopia's democracy depends on it. When all voices are present at the decision-making table, policies become more just and solutions more sustainable. Nationalism that excludes is not nationalism, it's prejudice in disguise. Nationalism does not require the erasure of identity. It calls for the elevation of shared citizenship. It means putting the national interest and the integrity of the country above ethnic affiliations or regional loyalties. True patriotism embraces the whole, not just the part. It's about building a nation where every Ethiopian, regardless of ethnicity, language, or origin, can live with dignity, participate in governance, and experience a true sense of belonging. We create a future that celebrates diversity while preserving unity. This is the path to a stronger, more just Ethiopia. Rethinking federalism and rebuilding the nation, a new blueprint for ethnic harmony. To achieve meaningful change, Ethiopia could benefit from a complete overhaul of its ethnic federalism framework. Transitioning to a more centralized governance model, prioritizing citizenship rather than ethnicity, would promote national cohesion and diminish the country's divisions. Additionally, direct intervention in conflict zones and strong legal frameworks to combat corruption and cronyism would help restore order and build trust in government institutions. As we reflect on these issues, we must consider the broader implications of ethnic federalism and its role in fostering division rather than unity. How can Ethiopia move forward to create a society where all ethnicities coexist peacefully and equitably? Bold and commanding, immediate action is imperative. Join us in raising awareness about these critical issues. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more discussions on ethnic dynamics and social justice in Ethiopia. Together, we can contribute to a dialogue that seeks understanding and solutions. Ethiopia's future depends on the collective majority, and every voice matters. Like, share, subscribe, comment below with your thoughts, ideas, and hopes for a united Ethiopia. Raise awareness, stand in solidarity. Speak for those who cannot. This is Independent Voice, where truth is spoken and silence is broken. Remember, use your voice to make a difference and not to silence others. Thank you for joining Independent Voice.